Hello, hello, hello. There we go. I think we're good. Although the camera's not quite right. My I get so involved in the chat. I'm like, oh, I gotta get ready. I put on a headset and anyway, welcome. So before we get started, hello to everybody. Good to see you guys. It's so fun to chat with you beforehand. And yes, I will be jumping into ICND2 stuff. Probably in 2 weeks. I know there's a lot of people that are going for ICND1. So first off, I want to respond to one of the chats that came in the chats. Jake, I just remembered. I'm getting Slack open now. Yes, thank you. Perfect. Good. So a few things. One. Someone was saying, hey, I tried ICND1, I missed it, been trying to get started again, some life stuff happened. And so I want to talk to that for just a second. One of the reasons I do this, why am I here? Am I being paid to do no. I know I've gotten, since I've gotten since I've gotten active on social media as of like a couple months ago, I'm like, all right, I'm all in. I've seen so many people struggling to go after the new CCNA, and the CCNA is it's still achievable. I mean, and so that's why I was like, okay, I want to do things to help. And so somebody mentioned Twitch. Long story short, here I am. It is totally, so let me start off by saying it is totally possible to get your CCNA like long before we even get close to the February 2020 date. I've met plenty of people that actually just go all in, and I mean they go all in. It's hard. It's setting aside time. It's rearranging priorities. But I've seen people get both ICND1 and ICND2 in 1 month. And that's why I'm doing ICND1 sessions right now, is I know a lot of people are like, I don't know if I should even start. Should I wait for the new one? I'm like, start. Now's the time to dive in. You can do ICND1 right now, no problem, and still have time to get ICND2 before the certification revs up. So that's why I'm here. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. So what I'd like to do, and I want to give plenty of time for the questions, but let me just sum it up by saying you can totally do this. It is possible. It is hard. It can be demoralizing. If you fail an exam, it's like, you come home, you're like, throw the dog out. It's like the worst day of your life, but it's still like, okay, tomorrow comes, and I mean, without going like full motivation speaker mode, it's totally possible. It's hard, but it's possible. So that being said, what I wanted to do, this is where we're at. Let me just get my screen adjusted, is keep going through the ICND1 exam material. So what we're doing, if this is your first time here, I'm not used to Twitch. I'm like, okay, I got this, I got that. I'm just looking at the question. So, is there a Slack to join? No. I actually have Slack with Jake, who is moderating this. He'll be taking a lot of your questions, and he kind of sifts it up, because if I'm staring at the little chat ticking by, I become dumb. I just kind of, and I can't. Hey, I'm a Jake. There. So that being said, where was I? So what I'm doing is I'm going through the a practice exam of ICND1. We're answering the questions together, and then we are going through the answer, what's right, what's wrong, and why it is, so that we can all learn together. So I'm at CBT Nuggets site. So when you sign up for CBT Nuggets, it's actually a pretty cool deal. You pay a single monthly cost. You get access to everything. They've got these certification training jump-off page, and I'm going to go straight over to the practice exams, because they've got practice exams for just about everything through Transcender, which is now called Kaplan. So I'm going to go straight to ICND1, start the exam, and we're going to pick up literally right where we left off yesterday. And I'm going to do this tomorrow as well. Today's Thursday. Yeah, tomorrow. So we can do that as well. So this is where we left off. And here's what, let's just do it. We'll dive right in. So click on each of the scenario to, expand. So here's our scenario. It's not a scenario. It's saying use the command. Oh, wait a sec. Hang on. Okay, so we left off on this one yesterday. So let's do it again. If you guys are just coming in, I know now not to click the button because it doesn't let me change my answer. So the question is, so it's a bunch of output, right? A show interface output, and it's saying which of the following interfaces have no existing configuration. So I won't pause for this one because this is actually the last one we did yesterday. It just didn't save, and it's hard to scroll the screen. So first off, this guy, no existing configuration. So we've got show interface. Fast Ethernet 0/0 is administratively down. That means it's shut down, right? So that kind of hints that there's no configuration. But if I look down a little bit, there's a MAC address that's fine. But right there, internet address 192.168.5.5. There's no device that comes like that. So that one has been touched by an administrator. Okay, so let's go down right here. Fast Ethernet 0/1 is up. Line protocol is up. The interface should be shut down if it's there. So and it has an IP address on the interface. So obviously somebody has touched that. Down here, serial 0/1/0 is up. So as soon as I see it up, I'm like, done. Somebody has configured that. So go down a little bit further. Again, up. Line protocol is down. That means that it's physically, like, it's turned on. It's not shut down, but it's disconnected. Maybe the cable's unplugged. Maybe the power is off on the switch, something. And it has an IP address. This guy right here, Fast Ethernet 0/1, is shut down, and it's the only one in that list that, thank you, Jay Conga. It wasn't A. It's the only one in that list that has no IP address assigned. So it's shut down, no configuration. So it is C. And this is what I didn't know, is it takes your answer as soon as you click on it, because I was kind of clicking through as I was talking. So the answer is C. There is no config there. Okay, good. So that was where we left off yesterday. Let's hit the new stuff. So which of the following is not a characteristic of private internet protocol addressing? Think about that. Chat in your answer. Hang on. I've got music this time. Read it carefully, which is not a characteristic. Not a characteristic. Good. You guys are on it. So which of the is not a characteristic of private internet protocol addressing? You want them to say private IP addressing, but they don't. So these addresses are publicly registered with the internet. That is not a characteristic. They are not publicly they're private. So that's correct. These addresses are reserved by the Internet Assigned Numbers Authority, IANA. No, I don't think so. It's an RFC standard. It's not things that are reserved by the IANA unless. So let me just say, that could be a thing, but that wouldn't be something they would throw at you on a Cisco exam if they're gonna do something like that. So INA. So I'm gonna say no on that one. These addresses are not routable through the public internet. That is correct. Now I want to make sure you guys catch, private IP addressing is routable. It's totally routable. You can, and people route it all the time. That's what builds our enterprises. It's just every ISP should, they don't all, there's actually been major outages caused by it, but they should put an access list that actually blocks any private IP address from getting into the internet. So they would route on the internet, but they're blocked. So I would say that is not, it's not that, so they are not routable. That not routable, not a characteristic. Yeah, right. The ranges of IP addressing are 10, 172, and 192. That is correct. That is true. Yeah, I'm kind of with you, Bert. Is these addresses are not? I want to read that again. These addresses are not routable. What is not a characteristic? So, so what? What would that mean? It's not a characteristic because it is routable, right? Right. I'm there. So let's just check A, wipe off all my scratch, and check our answer. Yeah, there we go. Good. Cool. They are blocked by the ISP. Yes, thank you. Good. Next question. Which three statements are true regarding a local area network? Oh, come on. You got to get some of these softballs. Give it a try. All right, what do you guys think? I'm seeing a bunch of answers: A, C, D, B, C, D, D, B. Even though it's like what's true of a LAN, these are tricky, and this is why sometimes certification exams I'm like, it's not. Don't play word games. Just ask the question. So let's read through it. Which of these are true? Right. So we're not in the not world. Right. So here we go. LANs require the use of a router to communicate between local hosts. I'd say that's true if that said switch, but it doesn't. So no. So, and we're looking for three here. So a LAN is confined to one building or campus. I'd say I'm going to put like I'm hopeful on that guy. Can cover great distances. I would say no. So right there, those two right there tell me, okay, then these three are probably correct. But provides a fast data transmission, are easily expandable because you just add another switch, right? And so is confined to one building. So this is the big one, or campus. A LAN could be an entire college campus, right? Or like Cisco in San Jose takes up an entire city block in their buildings. So that's fine. Yes. Let's check it out. Good. Yeah. And Fame Geek, I'm right there with you. I hate the wording too. I like it, and that's and I'm going to go rewind all the way back to the beginning when someone was like, how can I do this? Know that there's a psyche. Don't get discouraged. Like, don't think you don't know your stuff if you struggle with these exams. I mean, and this sounds so egotistical, but I'm going to say it. I'm a CCIE. Like, I've gone to the pinnacle of all the certifications. I teach this stuff for a living, and I'm still like, I don't know. It's a word game. So that don't feel bad at all, right? Fun fact. Thank you. That is, I didn't know that. 52 buildings in San Jose Cisco has. All right. Next question. Which of the following accurately describes the purpose of a trunk? Oh, is this music too loud? If this music is too loud, let me know and I can turn it down. Yeah. Good guy. You guys are on this. And I know some of you are still ready. There's 45 active people right now. So please chat in. Don't thank you for that. I never know what it sounds like on your side. So the answer is C, but let's talk about why. And in today's world, A could be a little bit tricky. Because in today's world, you do actually run trunks between switches and servers because we use our beloved virtualization. A lot of conversation on AWS, Azure, cloud, you do run trunks to a virtualized server because you can do multiple VLANs. But I would say The most correct answer, it's not between a switch and a server, an end user. It's between switches. So I would go with yes. A trunk is used between switches. Clear that off. And it's multiple VLANs, not a single VLAN. There we go. Good. Good. Feeling good so far? Good. Chris, I learned that yesterday. Great. Yes. Emily mentioning, read somewhere that voice over IP phones are sometimes used as a trunk port. Which cases? Most. So IP phone. Let me. It's so dumb. Hang on. Am I there? Am I coming back online? All right. I think I'm back. Am I back? I'm back. That was so dumb. I was like, let me show you this phone. See how we actually have to. So this phone actually provides the network access to my computer that's streaming right now. Thank you, Chris. That was so dumb. But very, very point proven. So the question was, Chris, you killed the whole session. So the question was, what's the question? I've heard that you run trunk ports to phones. So let me actually go to the whiteboard where I can't do any damage to our stream, right? So you've got your switch, right? And oftentimes what you will do is you will have your IP phone plugged into the switch, and just like I have here, you'll have your computer daisy chained from the phone. So don't unplug that, or else you'll lose your computer's connection. But what you'll do is you'll run a trunk connection to the phone, because the phone sends tagged packets. You can actually have the phone on another VLAN. You can say this is on VLAN 20, and the computer doesn't send tagged packets. So those will come in on, it'll be whatever VLAN you specify here as the native VLAN. Some people call that the untagged VLAN on a switch port. And so that's how you can actually do multiple VLANs on a single port. But Cisco actually says, no, we don't want you to do trunks to phones. They have special configuration commands that allow you to just send a single VLAN. It's switchport mode, switchport voice VLAN, and then you type in the number. That's how you can do it without doing a full trunk. Because if you got a full trunk, somebody could pull off the phone and then hack your network, do a VLAN hopping thing. So yeah, good. A lot of you are on that. Hey, perfect. Yeah, Chris, you got it. So let's go to the next question. No more practical Jeremy spontaneity there. All right, question 33. What data structure is pictured in this graphic? Good question. All right, let me stop the music. This is a good question. A lot of you are. I can tell. A lot of you are like, what? So first and foremost, this is big. That eliminates two of your answers right there. As soon as you see port, it's not an IP header. When you've got, let's say you've got some data to send. So here's my stuff, right? Whatever I'm sending, right? So I'm sending some stuff over to there, wherever that is. So when you go down the OSI model, right? So you've got your computer, it's going to generate the stuff. Let's say you're doing some VR Twitch sessions. It's generating some data. So there's your stuff, your VR stuff. It sends it down the OSI model. The first thing it's going to come to, it's going to go through the application, presentation, the session. That's all application layer stuff. It's going to come to the transport layer where it's going to choose between TCP and UDP because that's where the port numbers happen. Once you get down to the IP address, so header-wise, you've got your source port number and your destination port number, right? Then once you get down to the IP address, you just have the IP address information. I mean, you've got a lot of other stuff in the IP header. But the big thing that you should know is when you see something like this, That's really small. There's not much there. TCP has a ton of stuff in its header. Stuff for sequence numbers and acknowledgement numbers and window sizes and like if I don't know if you've ever seen the TCP header, it's massive. This guy is UDP. So yes, UDP has an optional checksum. You got it. So UDP datagram is what that guy is, and it's just that's when you've seen 1,000 little header charts and things like that. So just let me just do this real quick. Do TCP header. That right there. That's what you would expect to see if you were doing, and that's a small version. This is the full version of the TCP header, right? Whereas the UDP header, you can see, is much smaller because it's just a few things, which is exactly what we saw right over here. Check your answer. Bingo. UDP datagram. Cool. Good. We doing good so far? Good evening, Chumba. Next. All right. Next question. Which Cisco iOS, by the way, I know some people are just jumping in. We've got about 7 minutes left, so let's cram as much as we can in, right? Which Cisco iOS command is used to view information about DHCP address pools? What do you think? Yeah, you guys are on this like peanut butter on crackers. Show IP DHCP pool. You got it. That will display all the IP addressing information. Show what leases you've got, how many are left, all of that kind of stuff to the screen. Good. Next question. With the following equipment list, which of the following network scenarios could be supported? Ooh, this will be fun. You've got two subnets. So we'll just say two Class C subnets, 255.255.0, 7 48-port switches, 2 router interfaces. Which of the following network scenarios could be supported? This one's good. The question's actually simpler than you need to be thinking. It's simpler. It's simpler. I'll just say you don't have to do full subnetting here. We'll divide. We got A, we got B, we got C. Awesome. Thanks, Jake. Good. Let me cut the music for a second. This is good. This is a good question. It's one that makes you think. I love those. So you've got two subnets, right? So right there, hold the phone. Two subnets. Let's just say, like, what if you had 192.168.1.0/24, right? Because that would be a Class C, and 192.168.2.0/24. So there's your two subnets, right? So immediately look at that and go, okay, I've got two subnets. What is the maximum number of hosts that could be supported in each one of those subnets? 254. Right? Because you've got 0 to 250. Yep, there you go. You got it. 0 to 255 is available, but you can't use 0. You can't use 255. So 254, you got it, is the most usable. Okay, so if that's the case, immediately I look at B and I go 600 workstations with 300 workstations and 2 broadcast domains. Now, remember, a broadcast domain, it's like a terminology test and a subnet test all at the same time, right? So you've got a router, two router interfaces. Every single interface of a router is a subnet. It is a network, right? Network 1, network 2. That's what routers do, is they join networks together, right? They connect disjointed networks. So we would have one of them over here and one of them over here, right? So 600 workstations, by the way, that's where I was going. This is a broadcast domain. Simply put, a broadcast domain is how far a broadcast can travel before it's stopped. So if you've got a switch, there's a switch sitting right there. You send a broadcast, it's going out all the ports of a switch. It's one broadcast. You plug in another switch to that switch, so you got two switches, one broadcast, because the broadcast still goes everywhere. Switch, until you hit that router, bonk, router is the wall. That's where the broadcast domain stops, right? So when it's saying 300 workstations in 2 broadcast domains, I'm like, okay, well, you killed me right there, because we can only have 254, right? Same thing right here, 300 workstations in a single broadcast domain. I'm like, you killed me. I can't have more. These subnets don't support any more than 254 hosts in a single broadcast domain. So that leaves us with 2 answers right there. 300 workstation with 150 workstations in 2 broadcast domains. Okay, that works. I could do that. I could see. So there'd be 150 over here and 150 over here. That would work. And all workstations in the same collision domain. That's dumb. What's a collision domain? A collision domain is a port on a switch. Every port of a switch is a collision domain. So if we had a hub, that would be all one collision domain. But I mean, we haven't used hubs since the late 90s, right? Early 2000s. So they're not all in the same collision domain. Every port of a switch is a collision domain. So right answer, 300 workstations. 1880s. No, it's not. 150 workstations in 2 broadcast domains. Each workstation its own collision domain, right? Shudder. So good. Let's wipe that out. Go A, check our answer. Good. Okay. I know I said we're going to stop at 3:30, but we got time. We can squeeze one in, right? 60 seconds. We're good. Yeah. Which statements are true regarding Internet Protocol version 6 addresses? Oh, choose 3. All right. Try it. What do you think? EBDB. Okay, good. Everybody's chiming in. Let's go through it together. So I drew, while we were waiting, I tossed 120, I can't read and talk at the same time. I tossed 128, I tossed an IPv6 address right there on the screen. So let's look at each answer. Leading zeros cannot be omitted in an IPv6 address. Okay, leading zeros cannot, okay, so what is true? So leading zero, so that's not true, because you can, I'm going to use my eraser right here. My pen stopped working. Hand. Come on, pen, come back to me. There we go. No, it's not working. There we go. Leading zeros can be omitted. So we could shorten these things by going bonk, 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 bonk. We could actually go thunk, 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 thunk. All those could disappear, and we could shorten the address right there. So yes, that is true. Leading cannot be. Okay, so that's not true. Not true. Groups with a value of 0 can be represented with a single 0. No. Groups with a value of 0 can be represented with a double colon. Oh, wait a sec. Hang on. Oh, wait. Yeah. Whoa. Hang on. Hold the phone. That is true. I had to reread that. Groups with a value of 0. I thought it was talking about, so you can take subsequent groups of 0 and represent it with a double colon. But yeah, you could take a group. So that's what this is saying. You can have a single 0. You can eliminate all the zeros, right? Good. Okay, good. IPv6 are 128 bits. 128 bits. You guys got that, right? Double colon can only be used once in a single IPv6 address. That is true. That's what I was saying right here. You could replace groups of zeros with the double colon, but you can only do that one time. You can't use it in multiple places, so only use once. And then an IPv6 is divided into 8 16-bit groups. Yes, that is true. It's a 128-bit address, so 8 times 16 is 128. Each one of these is a group of 16 bits, right? So yes, that is true. Let's give it a check. 1, 2, 3. Check our answer. Good. Good. Van Ray shortened the address for us right there in the chat. This is good. Fame Geek, don't touch your phone. Yeah, I won't. Good. This is good. This is a great study session. So like I said, I'm just doing these in little 30-minute segments. I'm grabbing them. I'm throwing them up. I'm doing stuff. I'm throwing them up on YouTube. So if people can't make this session, they can't participate, but they can still get the benefit of studying with us, and they can learn. They can do better, kind of highlight the areas of weakness and things like that. So great. I'm going to close the session down now. I'll play some music, let it run for a little bit longer, answer any chat questions that you have. Raphael, you just skated in right before I was going to end, so I'm going to answer that one. Thank you from the United Kingdom. It's like 2 a.m. there, isn't it? So Raphael, how do you call each 16-bit piece? Yeah. Okay, so that's funny. So he's asking, what do you call? Let me see if I can bring it back up. Hang on, right there. What do you call these guys? In IPv4, when we had an address like 10.1.1.1, we would call those octets, right? What do you call these? The answer is actually hextet. Go Google that. It's not official, but yes, you got it, Aldo. It's a hextet. So it's kind of fun to say too. So that being said, okay. Chumba's not as I thought. So Chumba, 10:33. It's not bad. There's been people that have been here at 2 a.m. So, but thanks from the United Kingdom. Cool. So that being said, peace out.